quick little video. Wanted to tell a story. Story time with Radio Man. So, I'm sure some of you who are watching this and have been in the radio hobby for quite a while probably do the same thing that I do. Just driving around town, you're looking at everyone's cars, you're figuring out what antennas are on the car, and you're looking at everyone's houses, and you're figuring out what kind of antennas are on people's houses. And over the years, I've fallen into a lot of equipment. And one of the ways that I've done that, and I'm sure that I'm not the first person that's thought this up, but I've just went and knocked on doors. You have to be kind of careful about it, and I guess you have to put yourself in the person's shoes. Like, I just don't pull over and kind of cold knock on people's doors. I try to ask around, see if somebody knows who it is. I can just imagine how I would feel if someone just showed up cold on my front door asking questions. I think you guys know what I mean. So these two radios I got from somebody locally. This is, as you know, the Ranger RCI 2950. It's an oldie but a goodie radio. And then I'm sure you guys know what the Texas Star DX500. So anyways, near where I live, driving around, I've seen this house with a IMAX up on the roof, and I happened to say something to my wife, and who grew up near these people, and she says, "Oh yeah, I know who that is." And you know, she didn't know much about the antenna, but you know, she said, "I know that the gentleman that lived there passed away. It was probably his equipment." So, you know, so I went over. I waited till I saw them outside on their porch, and I introduced myself, saying that, you know, that my mother and father-in-law lived across the street from them, and you know, it just kind of puts people at ease when a stranger just shows up. So I just asked them about the antenna that I saw on the roof. There was other equipment involved in this deal, but it wouldn't fit in the frame of my camera shot. Oh, my little revolving thing isn't going here. Hold on a second, guys. Let's get that going. You know, seeing as, hey, there we go. Oh, there we go. So anyways, I had just pulled in. I asked about this IMAX on the roof, and sure enough, it had belonged to the husband who had passed away a few years ago. And I inquired about, you know, if they were interested in selling it, and they said, "You know, you want it, you can have it." I was like, okay, well, that sounds pretty good. So I came back the day to get the antenna, and his wife had told me, "There's a tower out back. Take that too. Do you want any money?" "No. You know our neighbors. I live right down the road from them. Her son is my mailman. I live in a small town." She says, "You take everything. If you're going to use it and it makes you happy, it'd make my husband happy." So I was like, okay. So I go, "There's a 50-foot Roan 25 out in the backyard." She says, "He got that, and he had plans of putting it up and never put it up." Okay. So I loaded that up into the truck. Her son pulls in and says, "You know, I think he's got his radio that he used too." He goes, "I'll bring that by." I was like, wow, this is getting better and better. So I went home with an IMAX 2000 that I'll probably take up to camp. And I also went home with 50 feet of Roan 25. So in the meantime, I used to work in, you know, land mobile commercial radio. I got all kinds of towers. I don't need a tower. You know, the name of the game is, you know, doing good turns in this hobby. So I knew somebody locally that I get along with, and I like talking to on the radio. Actually goes by the handle of Skitter. I called him up and I said, "Hey, I thought I heard you were looking for one of these. You want it? Just take it." I even threw in some bits and pieces of tower that I didn't need anymore. But that's one way that how we spur local activity is by helping each other out. I didn't need the tower. I could have sold it, but I didn't sell it. I just gave it to him. I got it for free. Give it to him. And that in turn makes goodwill. To get to the point of this, he showed up with these, and he said, I don't know anything about them. I was like, whoa. I'm like, man, I should give you some money for that. And he's like, no, just take it. The only thing that was wrong, the meter window is missing. You can buy one of these, what was it, bracket electronics for like $18. So I hooked all this up. The amp works perfectly. Radio works perfectly. There's nothing wrong with any of it. I'm probably going to put this at my camp station, I think. I don't know. I got a lot of radios. But I want, something with all modes. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm not going to give it away. I know, oh man. But I think I have a use for this. I just don't know where I'm going to put it. It may go at camp. It may be another station here that I use. But I have gotten a lot of equipment by doing this, tactfully. I'm also into satellite TV hobby, which is like free to air, like the old C-band dishes. I've never paid for a satellite dish. I just see them on the side of the road. And a lot of times people just want to give them away. So I just wanted to share this little story of, how, one, how to find equipment. Have you seen the prices of this stuff lately on eBay? Even like Goodwill. People, oh my God, the prices people are paying for stuff. I'm not saying this is like a solid way to find things, but give it a shot. You might be able to get an antenna or a radio. Do it tactfully though. Ask around. Don't just cold call people. Make people feel uncomfortable. I know how I'd feel if some stranger showed up at my house, started asking me questions. Be like, who the hell is this? I always try to find some sort of an in or a link or an introduction. But, I got some nice equipment out of it. I offered to pay for it. I gave some equipment away to another local operator to spur activity, goodwill, community, things like that. Like I said, probably not going to give this away. Maybe I'm being greedy, but I want this. This is something I wanted. So, and this I wasn't expecting either of these. I wasn't looking for one of these, but I do have a few of these. So I was like, hell, I'll take it. It works. There's nothing wrong with it. It did come with a mic. It's not in the video. So, anyways, Radio Man signing off. Just trying to give you guys some ideas on how to find equipment and how to spur some goodwill in the local radio community. Radio Man signing off.